A lone climber, battered by icy winds, stands at the base of a mountain so tall it seems to pierce the heavens. Their hands are blistered, their body aches, and the summit is shrouded in mist, unreachable, impossible. They've fallen before, slipped on loose rocks, stumbled into crevasses, lost their way in the storm. Yet here they are, gripping their rope, planting one foot in front of the other, refusing to turn back. Why? Because within them burns a fire that no storm can extinguish, a fire fueled by the unbreakable resolve to rise again. This, my friends, is the essence of never giving up. This is the power that transforms dreams into triumphs, failures into stepping stones, and despair into hope. Today I'm here to ignite that fire in you, to remind you that no matter how many times you fall, you have the strength to rise again. We all face mountains in life, challenges that loom large, obstacles that seem insurmountable. Maybe it's a career setback, a personal loss, a dream that feels out of reach, or a moment when the world seems to conspire against you. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, to believe that the fall defines you. But let me tell you something, the fall is not your story. Your story is written in the courage it takes to get back up, to dust yourself off, and to keep climbing. This speech is not just words, it's a call to action, a rallying cry for every soul in this room to harness the power of perseverance and rise again. Let's start with the truth that lies at the core of who we are. The human spirit is unbreakable. History is littered with examples of people who faced unimaginable odds and still rose again. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Each failed experiment wasn't a defeat, it was a lesson, a spark that brought him closer to illuminating the world. Or consider J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She was a single mother, struggling to make ends meet. Yet she never stopped writing, never stopped believing in the magic of her story. These are not just anecdotes. They are proof that the power of never giving up can change the course of history. But you don't need to be famous to tap into this power. Every one of you has a story of resilience, even if you don't recognize it yet. Maybe it was the time you studied for weeks and still failed an exam, but you went back, reviewed your mistakes, and passed the next time. Maybe it was the job you didn't get, but you kept applying, kept refining your skills until a better opportunity came along. Or maybe it was a personal struggle, a relationship that fell apart, a health challenge, a moment when you felt like giving up, but you didn't. You here, aren't you? That's the proof. That's the spark in the dark. That's the power of never giving up. Let's dive a little deeper. Perseverance isn't just a feel-good concept. It's rooted in science. Psychologists call it grit, a combination of passion and persistence that drives people to achieve long-term goals. Angela Duckworth, a leading researcher on grit, found that it's not talent or intelligence that predicts success. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough. In studies of students, athletes, and professionals, those who scored higher on grit were more likely to succeed, even when they weren't the most naturally gifted. Why? Because talent can only take you so far. It's the willingness to push through failure, to learn from mistakes, and to keep moving forward that turns potential into reality. Your brain is wired for this. Neuroscientists have shown that when you face a challenge and overcome it, your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical that makes you feel good, each time you rise again. You're not just building resilience, you're rewiring your brain to crave progress, to thrive on effort. But here's the catch. Your brain also loves comfort. It's tempting to stay down, to avoid the pain of another fall. That's why giving up feels like an option in the moment. But every time you choose to rise, you strengthen those neural pathways, making perseverance a habit. You're not just fighting for today's goal, you're building a mind that's unstoppable for life. Now, let's talk about failure. We live in a world that glorifies success and shuns failure. But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of mistakes, missteps, and moments when things didn't go as planned. The Wright brothers didn't invent the airplane on their first try. Their early designs crashed and burned. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections before becoming one of America's greatest presidents. Even nature teaches us this lesson: a seed must break open, must endure the dark soil, before it can grow into a towering tree. Failure is not a dead end, it's a detour. It's a chance to learn, to grow, to refine your approach. When you fall, you gain something invaluable: perspective. You see what didn't work, what needs to change, and how you can do better. The power of never giving up lies in embracing failure as a teacher, not a tormentor. So the next time you stumble, don't curse the ground beneath you. Look at it, study it, and use it to find a stronger footing for your next step. We've all heard stories of overnight successes. People who seem to skyrocket to fame or fortune out of nowhere. But dig a little deeper, and you'll find that those overnight successes were years in the making. Take Oprah Winfrey, for example. Today, she's a media mogul, a household name. But her journey was anything but easy. She grew up in poverty, faced abuse, and was fired from her first television job because she was deemed unfit for TV. Can you imagine that? Someone told Oprah Winfrey she wasn't good enough for television. But she didn't give up. She kept honing her craft, kept believing in her voice, and kept rising again until she built an empire. The myth of overnight success can make us feel like we're failing if we don't achieve our goals quickly. But the truth is, success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a series of small, consistent steps, each one taken with the resolve to keep going. The power of never giving up is in those steps, each one a victory, each one a testament to your strength. No one rises alone. Even the strongest among us need support, encouragement, and sometimes a push to keep going. Think about the people who lift you up. Your family, your friends, your mentors, even strangers who offer a kind word at the right moment. They are your climbing partners on this mountain of life. They remind you that you're not alone, that your struggle is shared, and that your success will inspire others. But community isn't just about receiving support, it's about giving it too. When you rise again, you become a beacon for others. Your resilience shows someone else that they can keep going. Your courage inspires someone who's on the verge of giving up. By refusing to quit, you're not just changing your own life, you're changing the world around you. That's the ripple effect of perseverance, and it's a power we all hold. One of the biggest obstacles to never giving up is the voice inside your head. The one that whispers, "You're not good enough," "You'll never make it," or "Why even try?" That inner critic is a liar, but it's a convincing one. It feeds on your fears, your doubts, and your moments of weakness. So how do you silence it? You don't. You listen, you acknowledge it, and then you talk back. When your inner critic says, "You can't do this," respond with, "Watch me." When it says, "You've failed before," remind it, "And I rose again." This isn't about ignoring your doubts. It's about confronting them with the truth of your resilience. Write down your achievements, no matter how small. Keep a journal of the times you've overcome obstacles. Let those moments be your armor against the inner critic. Every time you rise again, you prove that voice wrong, and over time, it grows quieter. Why do you keep going? What drives you to rise again when everything tells you to stay down? The answer lies in purpose. Purpose is the fuel that keeps your fire burning. It's the reason you get out of bed, the vision that pulls you forward, the belief that your efforts matter. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be saving the world or changing history. It can be as simple as being a role model for your children, creating something beautiful, or making a difference in your community. When you connect your actions to a deeper purpose, giving up becomes unthinkable. Purpose turns "I can't" into "I must." It transforms obstacles into opportunities. So take a moment to reflect. What's your why? What makes your heart sing? What legacy do you want to leave? Once you find that purpose, hold on to it. Let it guide you, anchor you, and remind you why you'll always rise again. Now, let's get practical. Perseverance is a mindset, but it's also a skill you can build. Here are some tools to help you harness the power of never giving up. Set small. Achievable goals, big dreams are important, but they can feel overwhelming. Break them into smaller steps. Each small win builds momentum and reinforces your belief in yourself. Embrace a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can improve with effort. When you face a setback, ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why did this happen to me? Build a support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Share your goals, your struggles, and your victories. Let their encouragement lift you up. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you fall. Treat yourself the way you treat a friend who's struggling. Rest, recharge, and then rise again. Visualize success. Picture yourself reaching your goal. Imagine the feeling of triumph, the pride in your heart. Let that vision pull you forward. Celebrate progress. Don't wait for the finish line to celebrate. Acknowledge every step, every effort, every moment you choose to keep going. When you refuse to give up, you do more than achieve your own goals. You inspire others to do the same. Your perseverance becomes a story, a legacy, a light in the darkness for someone else. Think of the child who sees their parent working tirelessly to provide a better life, the colleague who watches you push through a tough project, the friend who finds courage in your resilience. Your choice to rise again doesn't just change your life, it changes the lives of everyone around you. Imagine a world where no one gave up. A world where every setback was met with determination. Every failure with a renewed effort, every fall with a rise. That world starts with you. It starts with your decision right here, right now, to never give up, to keep climbing no matter how steep the mountain, to keep fighting no matter how fierce the storm, to keep rising no matter how many times you fall. As I close, let me take you back to that climber at the base of the mountain. The wind is still howling, the summit still shrouded in mist. But now, they're not alone. You're there with them. You're the one gripping the rope, planting your feet, refusing to turn back. The summit isn't just a place. It's your dream, your goal, your purpose. And every step you take, every moment you choose to rise again, brings you closer to it. The power of never giving up is not about avoiding the fall. It's about what you do after. It's about the courage to stand, the strength to try again, and the faith that you are enough. So rise again, my friends. Rise again today, tomorrow, and every day after. The world is waiting for your light, your strength, your unbreakable spirit. The summit is yours. Go claim it.